Alright, so once again, so it's another day for us to get on with our adventure here in surviving as a trader. Alright, so we last left off with creating this drone here with an assault cannon. So we have a nice range to shoot things from. Now, I kind of want to add... Well, I need to upgrade this rover eventually, but I do want to also add another drone on the right-hand side. So looking this way. And I think I'm going to do the same drone, but change it up with a different weapon. So in order to do that, we can do a quick little projection out over here. And then replace the weapon and see if we can make any changes to it. So we could do, I guess we could do a rotor. Yeah, let's just do a rotor. And we can add a small head because we're making small grids. Okay, so we just create a few blocks going this way. And of course a projector. Right, so that's the projector. And what I like to do for the most part is get a bit of a control panel here. Plug and play right there. Okay. And go to a projector. Blueprints. And look for our latest and greatest, which is this guy here. And we could... Alright, so we need to rotate it a little bit too. Alright, so this thing is all equipped out pretty well until we get to the weapon, which is dug in there. So I don't have to weld up this part just yet. So we can wait for that. But of course we can weld up everything else. Okay, so let's just start in the back. I think that's more important. And see how this turns out. I don't think anything's hidden except for right here. In terms of being able to touch it or build it. So we should be okay to build everything in the back from bottom up, if anything. Okay, so now the question becomes, should I just build it all in and then kind of dismantle where we need to dismantle? Or just build it and only weld up what we need to weld up? Probably just weld up what we need to weld up. Okay, so starting from the bottom, we didn't do the connectors and everything just yet, so that's fine. The weapon of choice is right here, which is the assault cannon. So that's what we're going to replace. And guess what we're going to replace that with? You guessed it. It's a railgun. Alright, so we're going to throw a railgun onto this bad boy. And it's like it's a very similar piece. So we're not going to run into a lot of issues here. So that's actually good news. Right, so what is important is to get inside and make the small or the conveyor is one thing, and then the rest is going to be the small cargo containers if we can. All right, so I think you need parts for that. Okay, I think that works out okay. The railgun itself, is it the same distance in terms of the assault cannon? Yeah, it looks like it is the same distance where we could put the left and right one, and also the left and right one, and also in the back. So that kind of works out. I think we could just slap it on now actually. And yep, right there, that is what that would look like. And it's only one block off of the assault cannon. But we do need 20 superconductors. But the good news is that we definitely have 20 superconductors, as we looted it at one point, or I think we made it at one point. I'm not sure exactly. But here we go. We have a railgun. So that is also just as long as an assault cannon, 14 meters. But now we have it in the form of a railgun. So that is going to be expensive. It's one thing. But it's going to be fun to have that in our arsenal as well. Alright, so we could just kind of weld up everything else and hopefully we're not missing anything on the inside. I don't think we are. Yeah, I don't think we are. Okay, so everything looks good and welded. Except for some bits and pieces out here. Which is just mostly for design anyways. So we should be okay. Alright, so that should be it on the bottom half, right? Yes. Now the top half, that's where we got to work on as well. Hopefully not kind of weld up everything with it not being able to touch it. Okay, so I think the only thing that's missing is some motors and the reactor. So we need to grab that. And also the battery. Can't forget about the battery. Alright, there we go. So we can put the uranium in there. I think the gyroscope is okay. I hope. Ah, it's actually incomplete. So that is hidden, I think, right here. Yep, that's hidden. So lucky I checked that. Okay, gyroscope's good. We'll put that together and we could throw in some uranium if we have it. We don't have any, I think, at the moment. Okay, so now comes the fun part. And that is basically seeing, can we even make the ammo for the railgun? And that's going to take the small railgun Sabot. And looks like we need uranium for that, which we kind of killed our uranium. So, we still have uranium. Can we still kind of jack it from anywhere? Uranium. So this is in a ship, I think. So let me grab... Let's just grab 4. And kind of just throw it in here. The production ammo, we can make some. How many can we make? Not 100, but let's just see. I think I'll be happy with 20. But I think we're gonna end up with 10 or less. Actually, no, we could probably end up with a lot. I'm gonna say 20. It'd be more than sufficient. Yeah, we can make a lot because it takes 0.6 to make 1. So, not too worried about that. Okay, I'm making a little bit more than I should. Alright, let's stop at 30. So, easy carry 30 of them. That's good. And I think we could easily move it around in there as well. Alright, so can we throw it in here? And... Alright, we need to separate this thing off the grid a little bit. So we can kind of move it around. But in terms of the rail gun itself... Yep, it moved everything, so that's good. And it could hold 6 in there. Alright, awesome. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that, obviously. The projector, let's just turn that off. And I think we got everything welded, so that's good. The only thing that's not great is that there's a lack of uranium in there. So I'll take the little bit that we have and throw it in here. Oh, we still need to add a battery on this thing. The power cells, we haven't done that yet. But without the power cell back here, we can actually look at the cargo. Wow, we could stick a bunch in here. That's interesting. But can we move it around in terms of railgun? I think so, because it moved from the connector, small connector, to it. So if we look for another small cargo container from the connector, we can move it from there. Yeah, we can move things around. So I'm not worried about it. We can carry a lot on this guy. So that's a lot of power that we can have here. All right, so we need to put in power cells. There we go. Now we got our battery up and running. And that's our ship, basically. So it's the same exact drone as we had for the assault cannon. But now we have it for a railgun. So that is awesome. Now comes the question of, what do we want to color this? We have a gold scheme, green scheme. Oh, we don't have a red scheme. So let's go for red. Do we want to go for the awkward red, or we'll leave it as that? So like an awkward red would be like, you know, brighter red, or should we go for like more rustic looking like color? Or orange, rusty orange look. Nah, let's go with a deep red. And that is basically just gonna replace all the greens that are here. And hopefully I can do this without miscoloring some items. Oh, and as I said that, I kind of miscolored. It's fine. We'll deal with that after the fact. Okay, got our reds going. We can turn that red. I don't know why we didn't turn that green for the other one, which you should probably do that. I think I kind of want to color these red, actually. Yes, I do. Okay, so that's looking nice and red. We can color this guy right here too. Ah, that's looking good. We're gonna name this guy a little different. Well, it's gonna be my dart drone. So D8RT rail drone MK1. And that means we're going to name this guy a little bit different. And before we go too crazy, we're going to color you. And color these as well. Because why not? Okay, perfect. And we did need to add this here as well. There we go. That is looking pretty decent. And oop, that's interesting. I'm pretty far from that. All right. Okay, so let's just turn this guy into the DART assault ass cannon. The ass can. No, we're gonna do assault cannon. And that's it. All right. So that is how we're going to utilize our drones here. And we probably have to extend out a connection point over here as well. And that is where we're going to place our railgun drone into the rover. But although I still need to update the rover a little bit too. So we can't forget about that. But we now have a nice... Oop. I guess I don't have my little Wi-Fi antenna up. Oh, almost forgot. When we update the rover, we're gonna have to put an antenna on here. I think we do have an antenna, maybe not. I don't think we do. Not a big deal. We could always tack one on here because we are gonna control drones on these things here. Or maybe I put one. Oh, I should put one on here. Actually, if I put the drone, antenna on this drone system or my ship, I can control the drones. So definitely could put it right here, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right here. There we go. We got a nice little antenna going on right in the back. And if I sit in here and it's on, I have a nice long distance to control the drones and everything like that. So right now it's only 5 kilometers away, but we can extend it even further. Right now we should be okay. I'm not worried about that. So let's get connected with our rail drone. And right there, I think we're lined up. We'll lock it in. And that's it. That's how I kind of want it to be. Very Transformer Power Ranger-esque look in a way. So you have your blue, red, green, and yellow styled ships here. And if I really want to do, I could definitely put a saddle right on top of the battery and kind of drive it from there as well. So now we have our weapons here. So we got missiles, we got assault cannon, we have a rail gun. We don't have any turrets, but that's fine with me for now. We can always throw a few on if we need to, or throw one on here at the very bottom, and we should be good to go from there. Can we maneuver this guy around is another question. And it looks like we can, so it's not that bad. Oop. We got a bit of... Okay. Okay, we gotta stop. I just parked and would have done what I've done previously, which is a bad thing. Switch lock that. And we are a little bit back heavy, I see there. I don't know if I changed the wheels or not. Probably not. In terms of weight distribution, I think some of our wheels are friction, no, height strength at 10 and some are at 20. Yeah, the back is at least. We gotta rename those so we can see those a little bit better. But yeah, this is pretty much what I wanted to do. Very Power Ranger-esque, as I mentioned before. But we do need to up the wheels a bit here, because we shouldn't be running around with 3x3 wheels at this point in juncture. So let's see what we can do. All right, so the goal here is to add 5x5 wheels just to make the Rover a little bit more turnable or drivable, more drivable. So, how can we get this working properly? We need it to get it off the ground just a tad, but actually, I think we could just use this thing and lift it up. That might be a possibility. I think that should work. Trying to connect our ship, cargo ship, with the Rover. So I think we just need some kind of magnetic thing to do it. And that's going to be a bit of a landing gear here. That should work. I think this thing, if it's emptied, which it is, we should be okay to kind of pull it up. Oh, don't want to hit the turbines. All right, so. All right, we get it into a nice spot. Is right on its spine, basically. We're good. Touchdown. All right. We're likely gonna burn something down, maybe. Not good, but whatever. And we got liftoff. All right. So exactly. So everything emptied out. It's definitely enough to pull its weight. So we're gonna take out the wheels down here and add in a larger, much larger wheel. So this is the left-hand side. So here, 5x5 wheel. We can add it right over here. And it's gonna stick out a lot more than I would like. So do we do this instead? I think we do. So we're gonna add that over there. And why is it so mangled? Okay. And then we add half blocks here. We need to. We probably do. We'll get rid of this wheel. All right, there we go. So that should give us a nicer space. Nothing too wide like before. It's wide, but not too wide. Boom. 5x5 wheel right there. And this is the right hand side. So I'm going to throw one big fat 5x5 right in here as well. Bam. There we go. So a little bit wider, which isn't too bad. Not a big deal. I do see a big problem, or not a big problem, a bit of an issue, and that is the connector. We gotta do something about that. All right, so that's good. We need a bit of a design here. We can add that there. We just do this. Not a big deal. There we go. So that is looking good. The tricky part's gonna be back here. So back here, I think this was a random addition at one point. So, we need to push it in one, so it's gonna kind of be right in here. So, and it's a 5x5. Do I need to stick all the way out? Probably not. So I may need it to be in here or stick out one here. So in the front, we have it one block off, and that worked out okay. In here, we should have it one block off as well. So we probably want to get rid of this here and just add in kind of the replacement blocks for it. Get rid of that. So that should do it. Oh, that's a problem right there. Maybe we do just leave it as it was. I did forget about that. I mean, we don't even need those thrusters, to be honest, but whatever. We probably could use it on the safe side. All right, so let's just see what happens, right? So this is the left-hand side. Here's a 5x5. All right, not too shabby. We're gonna add blocks here just to secure it a bit. And of course, we need to add one here and add the half blocks for security. And we gotta get rid of this side. Okay, so the wheel is actually, that's not bad because we do need it to kind of not stick past the connector, otherwise we're gonna run into a wall and then we can't connect to the connector, so that's gonna be a problem. So I think we're in a good spot here, so that's not too bad. This is the right hand side. Okay, so we're gonna plop on 5x5 here. Looking good, not too bad. I feel like we gotta add something here. Pointless, but whatever. All right, so that's a 5x5 wheel right there, and we could add more, obviously, and we should add more. Where should I add it is the next big question. So when you add a large one, it takes 2 blocks from the base of the suspension, and that means 1, 2, and put it right here would be the ideal spot, but be super close. So we probably have to put it right over here instead, but that means we have to get rid of this thruster and put it elsewhere. So yeah. I'm just gonna secure this up a little bit. I know there's a bit of a slope block situation going on here, but we'll get rid of that and change it up. And I forgot how holy this thing was, and I did that on purpose just in case I crash. It's okay. So we definitely get rid of these thrusters. We could put it right here or somewhere else. I think. Yeah, we could. It was right there in the middle. I think. Where can we put this thing? We could put it somewhere like this or something. I don't know. It was right here. And I guess we could put it right there for now. Just temporarily. This needs to be off. Okay, everything just sunk a little bit when I did that. Might as well do that for this one as well. Yeah, it's gonna sink down again. That's fine. We're gonna put that part of the grouping as well. But where was this thing? Was it? Yes, it was. Okay. That's it. We might not be able to build it actually. Yeah, that might be in the way. Potentially. So we will find out the hard way. We're good. That's perfect. Okay, so the wheels are kind of evened out. I could have pushed it back by one. Yeah, so that's interesting. I do kind of prefer it to be back here, if anything. Boom. All right, so we're off by one. We're off by one block, which is, or 2 blocks in a way. And that's not bad. I think any closer is going to touch, so that's not going to work out. Okay, so that adds that there, and we got to do the same thing over here. Boom. All right. So it's a little bit less wheels, which is not bad. I mean, that's kind of expected with larger wheels. All right, so we're all set with our wheels, and it's starting to look like a big old monster truck now. But the weight distribution should hold up pretty well. This Rover probably shouldn't have any thrusters anymore. I don't think it's gonna need any of it whatsoever, because it's got big old fat tires now. All right, so I'm gonna drop this thing. Like so, and bring this thing back to its connector. And before we do that, obviously, we need to get rid of this thing. We're never gonna use that ever again anyways, so we're not gonna worry about that. And this helipad, I should have flipped around to make it a little more even. But whatever, that's fine. Okay, so now we have a big old fat tired Rover, monster truck looking like thing. Okay, kind of bounce it a little bit, and this drives okay. We're a little bit high. Oof, we're a little high in terms of the connector now. But I think if we got rid of the half block, would we meet up with it? Probably not. Let's see. Connector. It's close. Very close. So we might not need these, and we'll play around the offset really quick. I think it's on its highest offset already. But if not, then that's where we can work on it a little bit more. So all these do not need steering. I just want the front to steer. Okay, so that's fine. Height offset. We could drop the height offset at any given time if we needed to connect to the connector. But if we put the strength a little higher, it looks okay. It looks like we could line it up okay right now with the 5x5s. So we got to retire our ramps now. Not really liking where this thruster's at, so let's remove that. And we could definitely place it elsewhere. Another thing, I feel like we could
since we have the space now. Add in another medium cargo container. And I'm going to do it this way. And you have the port sticking upwards. So stick that there. Where can we do the thruster if we need a thruster? We can stick it. Yeah, we could stick it right here. It's really unnecessary, but whatever. Let's just add it because we already had it to begin with. And yeah, that's okay. That's not too bad. All right. I'm going to switch these blocks out a little bit. Put some solid blocking there. Looking good. Leave the rest. Okay. So once again, all right. So same thing on this side. Medium cargo container right there. There we go. Now we got a little bit more cargo space, bigger wheels, and I gotta situate this a little bit. And there we go. I gotta figure out a way to cover that up if I could. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side, obviously. There we go. Found a solution to cover that up. Well, not too bad. All right. So monster truck all said and done. Well, kind of. So we gotta fix our thrusters, which are all just upward thrusters. We just add keys to that. Let's just toggle them all on for now. And don't know why that was flying so oddly. It's a little bit of a weight distribution problem, looks like. Why are we floating a little to the left? That's kind of weird. All right, doesn't matter. Can we float a little to the right really quick? And there we go. We are actually pretty much connected here. So we definitely don't need a ramp, which is good. All right, so that is our new rover. And if we need to, we'll just throw all our stuff here that's on the floor and attach it. So that's connect on, turn off bacon and gas, which is good to go. Now, of course, we need control. Salt cannons, bring it up first. You can see it. And that's going to go left. And then down. Not the easiest way to drive anything, but... Oh, wow. Almost perfect. Nope. Quite off, I gotta say. Oh, almost there. All right, there we go. Perfect. Connect on, turn off thrusters. And yes, I gotta maneuver something over there too. So this one is gonna fly up and go left. Are we high enough? No, we're not. Okay, let's back it up. All right, where are we? We're a little off. There we go. Perfect. Lock in. Turn that off. And... all right, so we unrecharge ourselves. And start driving. Oh, we're a little... some of our stuff is a little tilted, but it's all right. Yeah, we definitely need more power in the back. The back wheels, I think, is 220 strength there. And 20 strength there. That should bring it up, okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right, there you go. We're a little bit back heavy, so we should add another wheel towards the back if we can. But that's going to extend the rover, which I'm fine with, because I think we need to extend the rover a little bit too anyways. Yeah, because it is going to teeter over a little bit unless we kind of reduce the power. or find a way to make the front heavier. We could add a battery in the front. So we could just throw a battery right over here to make it slightly heavier. I mean, it's not going to be significantly heavier. But let's see, a battery for small rover, it shouldn't take too much anyways. Yeah, so I think we could just throw it. Yeah, we could throw it right in there if we wanted to. We're going to lose this design, but I mean, that's not a big deal. And I hope we don't run into any more boulders as we did early on. Because that is going to be not a good sign. We could drop it a little lower if we really wanted to. I mean, the wheels are kind of held up by it a bit. So, it should hold. I don't want to test that that idea out. All right, so let's just leave it as is. Now let's just put the battery as we mentioned. We'll throw it right there. There we go. Now we got a battery in front. So we could change the design a little bit if we need to. All right, we'll try that on for size for now. And I think we're using the battered armor here. Yes, we are. Okay, perfect. Done. That's not too bad. Does ruin the design a little bit, but it's not bad. It's, I mean, added just a minor bit of weight, nothing too serious. So it's all right. But look, we got our drones on top of this rover, so that's kind of the main point. And like I said, if I do want to bring this out a little bit, I need to have 1, 2, 3, 4 spacing, 5, 6 total out there. So we gotta get rid of this. And pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing with this side. Can we do 5? I wonder. So meaning instead of the 6th one, we do this one and add the wheel. Can we even add the wheel? I don't think we can actually. That's 1, 2, 3 spacings. And if we have 1, 2, 3 spacing, no, it's gonna touch. So you kind of have to have it on the 6th one. All right, that's fine. All right, so we have our rear wheels right over there. Didn't realize I didn't weld this up, so that's kind of dangerous. And we'll just add a little more structure here. And now the tricky part is that we do need to get this connector towards the back now, so that it can connect onto that. So we should be okay with having it connect right over here. And this could be a design thing there. And we'll throw on the connector right over yonder. Yes, right there. Okay, so that should do it. Do we have... Ooh. Curious question, but I'm not even sure we're going to be able to drive it. And that's going to change the dynamic of the medium cargo containers here. Do we have enough space for a large cargo container right over here? Huh. All right, let's take this thing off. Ooh, we can't. If we took that off, we're gonna drop the ship. Okay, so that's bad. I mean, we could do it the ridiculous way for now, and that's just to add it like this. All right, there. So unfortunately, that is kind of how we have to set it up for now, at least. Yeah. All right, some added little designs in the back. Once again, I know this looks a little ridiculous in the rear, but it is what it is for the time being. All right, so that is a new monster truck. The respawn pod still called a respawn pod, I think. It is. We'll leave it as that because that's the evolution of it. So we're gonna leave it as that. Too bad none of these are lined up correctly. They're all a little slightly tilted to the right, which is okay. And we gotta situate this a little bit better because we definitely don't need to have that many connectors on there. I mean, it's gonna give us more space anyways, but definitely not necessary. Okay, so we do still have a front wheel drive here, and we should be able to get to turning back. So we do need to get the connector that's on the tail end of it. So don't even know which is which because there's two of them called connector 3. So this is connector 2 or connector rear, let's just say. Makes life a little bit easier that way. Could play around with this a little bit too. Not the greatest. Okay, so I should drop it by 1. I'm not sure if the wheel's gonna hold though. That's the biggest problem I have. It's okay. Not too worried about that. Okay, so we gotta switch out the connector right over here, so we should be okay. And I think we're good. Okay, we can hop this thing not too crazily. And if we park it, nothing's gonna disconnect this time around. Yep, we're good. And we can still connect here and charge up if we need to. Perfect. So we are set. We're kind of out of time to kind of test it out. And if we are going to test it out, we're going to go Grasshopper Ridge, I think. We also have Butterfly Ridge, Simpsons Claim, Research Station, all the things that we can hit up, basically. Yeah, I'm actually liking this. I am looking forward to utilizing some of these as well. But yeah, we still got to find a situation for this one eventually. This Rover, as nice as it is, we need to find a home for this too. And at the moment, I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with it. But looks like I'm running out of water and food. Well, half food and mostly water. So we're going to go in and take a drink. We should have a seat here. Nice chair or something would be nice, right? I guess we could do... Well, obviously we don't want to block our... Here we go. A bit of a... It's going to block me from using this. Actually, not really. So it's not that bad. We can sit here and grab a bite to eat, if anything. We can eat our tofu soup, which fills up a lot of our food and water. Wow, 85. Huh. Nice. And the seat is kind of fixing our sleep a little bit too, which is great. But I think that is all for today. So we're going to head to bed in a second, but I think the next thing that we need to do is going to be to test those weapons out, or drones out eventually. I could throw in some drone automation or drone blocks to make it a little bit better. But yep, as I said before, that's the end of today. I'm gonna take a nap and see you guys next time. Bye.